I
she
can
was
believe
cooking
that.
and all this other stuff. We had to go ahead, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go outside. All right, what's up, y'all? It's Brian from East Coast Kelly's. We're at Mr. Paul Metter's house tonight, and we are doing pizzas on the Solo Stove, specifically the pie. So this is an attachment that goes on the Solo Stove, and while this is going in, this is Mr. Paul's, his pizza. It's got mushrooms, lots of sausage, bacon, and pepperoni. He's a meat lover's guy, and he wants his well done. So we'll get this going in here so that way we can get it off and get it going for him real quickly here. So we're just gonna slide that guy off. There we go. And I'm gonna set about a 1 minute timer here. Set a 1.5 minute timer. So while this is going in there, I'm gonna give you an idea of how hot we're talking. This is about 500 degrees. Inside of it, you'll see we got a nice bed of coals. And once Mr. Paul's comes off, we're gonna throw down a couple more chunks of oak in here. We only use oak because it burns nice and clean. Solo burns clean anyways, but we really want to make sure it's burning nice and clean so that way it's good and done. Again, he wants a real crispy crust, and so we're gonna do that for him. So again, this is a Solo stove. If you'll pan that down a little bit, Mr. Rick, there, you'll see there's little rings around it, and it helps us burn nice and clean. You'll see just how clean that is. Can you pan down there, maybe show them what's inside there? Let me see it. There you go. I'll show it to them. There we go. You'll see that inside of there is the pizza itself. So double tap the screen. Hey, thanks for the share. I'm gonna swipe this right here so that way I can read that whenever you go to cook it. About every minute and a half, we're gonna slide that out and turn it about 45 degrees. Spin it about 45 degrees. So that way it doesn't burn in the back. So as it goes back here towards the back, we want it to crisp up all the way around. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Again, using oak is the method that we're doing. We'll make a video off of this later on, and so folks can see it. Do me a favor, drop a comment, let me know where you're watching from. I think Mr. Paul, some of his family folks are gonna be watching this. This is a real special cook for us. I've never not cooked at home, but also Mr. Paul is an amazing gentleman. He has hosted everybody from elected officials, governors here in North Carolina, to families, to weddings, all different kind of people here at the Country Kitchen. So when we go inside and here in just a few minutes, we'll kind of give you a little mini tour, and maybe Mr. Paul will come on camera just for a second. Maybe I can convince him to do that. So he was taken back. We had done an oyster roast here, and some folks saw him, and he just absolutely was mesmerized by that. So he's 92. He spent how many years? 50? I don't know how many years as a game warden. 30?
25.
25 years as a game warden. And that was started in 1950?
In the 50s.
In the 50s. So one of the oldest surviving game wardens still in the state of North Carolina. So an amazing guy, and we're just happy to be here cooking for him. So I'm super stoked. Let me see it. I'll pan down here and you can kind of see how this is puffing up. So somebody's asking, there's Unky, what's up, my guy? We're using his garlic and herb tonight. They asked, can you cook a lobster in this? I don't know, I've never done it before. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like it would be pretty tasty. All right, I'm gonna give that back to you. In fact, Mr. Rick, if you wanna sit here, and then that way you can kind of keep that shot right there on it, and then I can turn it. That'll be easier for you. There you go. We'll turn it here in just another second. He wants his done, he said. Really done. So we've got 7 people eating tonight, and the beauty of cooking on the Solo stove is we can make personal pizzas for everybody and not have to worry about messing their stuff up. So super stoked about that. Let's see here. Let's give this a spin. Look at how that crust is just puffing up. Let's get that done down. Again, he said he wants his really thin, so I'm gonna help that guy out a little bit there. And I'm gonna also get some of this. So you'll see here, This is about the size of the oak that we're using right here. And this is really dry aged oak. I guess we estimated it was about 3 years that it had been cut. So we want it good and dry so that way it won't soot up when it goes to cook. Let's see, what do the comments say? Somebody said, I love it, looking good. Another person says, looks good. I think it's my sister on there, yeah. So very cool. So if you're family with Mr. Paul, how about chime in so that way we know that you're here if you don't mind. Somebody gave us a follow. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Love it. All right. Keep these guys going. So they usually take between 3 and 5 minutes to cook here on the Solo stove. And again, I would rather have it cook a little bit longer. These can get 600 to 700 degrees, you know, again, I don't want it to cook too hot, too fast, because it can also burn it. Nobody wants burnt pizza. What am I cooking? We're cooking pizza here on the Solo Stove Pie. Okay, other people just commenting back and forth with each other. Very cool. So let's give you a look at that, and we'll turn it again. There's what it looks like. We've got some bacon. Let's get that piece off. Some bacon, some sausage, and some pepperoni. So, like I said, I'm gonna push this dough down. It's puffing up. Again, he said he wants his nice and thin. So I'm gonna try to make it as thin as I can. This dough is not really designed for a thin crust. It does work, but I just haven't had as much luck making it super thin. It wants to bounce back. I've actually been following some folks that make pizza, trying to get some tips from them. So they've also mentioned possibly going room temp. Tell Uncle Paul to enjoy his pizza. We'll do it. I did not make this dough from scratch. That is a Solo Stove pie, is which one that one is. Mama's Chair 91. We're gonna see if Mr. Uncle Paul will come on camera for us while we're out there. So, Uncle Paul, somebody's out here on the TikTok that wants to see you. On TikTok, they're watching you. We're gonna see if we can come out here, get him out here. Jackson, can you say hello?
Hi.
What kind of pizza are you gonna get?
A cheese pizza with no tomato sauce.
Where are they supposed to be long time now?
They're on TikTok. Your family's on TikTok.
Are they home?
Yeah. Hey, let's get over here, right over here. And so that way they can see you. How many people we got watching? We got like close to 100, Mr. Paul?
I don't know.
No, not you. I mean, Mr. Rick, we got about 100 people
I got 84.
on there watching us cook your pizza.
84.
What do you want to tell them?
I tell them it looks good and smells good, and I'll tell them later about the food, how it tastes.
He told me, he said he knows a lot of people, and if it ain't good, they're going to know about it. So we're super excited to have him here. How many weddings would you guys say you guys have hosted out here?
We've had receptions and what have you through the years, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm getting it as crispy as I can. You tell me how much more do you want it? This is yours. It's loaded up.
A little more.
Little more. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna keep
I want it to be steeped in tan or brown on it.
Tan or brown. I got it. Okay, we're gonna do it. All right, we're gonna do it. Yeah, I tell you what. If you know Mr. Paul, if he wants it, we're gonna get it for him. So that's what we're gonna do. Aunt Laura says, hi Jay, happy early birthday. Thank you for the follows. We got 145 people on. It's Randall and Karen. Yeah, okay. I'll tell him when we go back inside. He was enjoying his salad. I think I interrupted him. So, but that's okay. What's that, Jackson?
I said, yeah, he was eating his salad.
He was enjoying his salad.
Y'all do not know. My birthday is Thursday. So.
Somebody says, now that's cool, and I will. I'll tell Aunt Laura, I will tell Mr. Paul, or no, she said I'm with Mr. Paul. She likes it crispy. So, again, what we'll do is we'll get this back up to temp. We don't want it to soot up, so when you put more oak on it, it's gonna get it a little bit more smoke to come off of it. And we want it to burn clean. You want it to have the smoke taste without it. So right now this is dropped to about 475 there in the center. We want it about 525. So literally what we'll do is while we're in there making the next two pizzas, What we'll do is we'll put another couple pieces on, 2 or 3, just to kind of help it kick that temp up and help it out some. So let's give this another turn. We're gonna give that another turn. Again, I'd rather let it cook a little longer than I would let it burn. So normally these can be done in about 2 or 3 minutes. Blackstone makes one of these. It's close to $1,000, y'all. So this option is a much cheaper option, but it's dual purpose. So the Solo stove, down that attachment down at the bottom, literally we can use as a bonfire sitting around. That's the actual size of that one. That's the product. It's called the Bonfire. And then the pie on the top is an attachment that sits on top of it. So when I'm not using it, I take it off. It works as a great heat deflector, though. I may keep it on because what it's doing is you can feel the heat coming off of this, where normally you wouldn't. And that's one of the things with Solo Stove that a lot of folks have complained about is it's beautiful. It's a smokeless fire pit, but it doesn't give off a lot of heat. That's what the benefit of the pie is. It's deflecting that heat. So somebody said, let me read that. Jackson, let me tell you something, brother. What you're gonna do when Uncle Manny runs wild on you? That's some of their. They talk smack, some wrestling smack back and forth. So good old Unky. Which, by the way, he's being used tonight on our pizzas. His garlic and herb. It's the seasoning with no salt, and it's one of our favorites as well. So anytime we cook something Italian, let's give this guy another look. Get it back in there. Again, he wants it crispy, so I'm gonna keep it going. I may add some more, add another piece on it, just to get it going. Just because the temp probably is dropping much quicker than I like. So let's do this. I'm just gonna add 1 piece, and let's see what happens. There we go. And like I said, we'll load it up 2 or 3 more pieces, but it burns clean. And what I also like about it is, if you notice, we've kind of got a nice breeze coming. We're expecting actually quite a bit of storms tonight, but this helps shield it, so that way we don't have to worry about a lot of wind as well. More comments? Let's see. Somebody said hello. Hey, how you doing? Drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, if you don't mind. We would love to know. That thing puts off some heat when you're down there at it. Jenna says, North Carolina. Someone says, where does the smoke go? So if you'll notice right here at the back, those little holes, that infuses air. So a little fire lesson here, heat, fuel, and oxygen. The cleaner the product, the cleaner it will burn. So by infusing air, it helps have a cleaner burn. Unky's watching from southeastern Virginia, and Aunt Laura's in Pennsylvania. If you're one of the 40 that doesn't follow us, do us a favor and give our page a follow. We'd love to have you on our page. We don't do lives as much anymore. We try to focus on doing our cooks. It's very hard to entertain, do our cooks, make our videos. It's a lot. So we used to do a lot of those, and so we feel like we get better videos when we're juggling 2 things at one time, not 3 things at one time. So super stoked to have you on here. So what I'm trying to say is, be sure to give us a follow, so that way to make sure that you'll see our stuff. All right, let's see here. Get out of there. Oh, come on. Let's check that bottom. No, he said he wants it done. So we'll give it one more shot there, and then we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it done. We're gonna let it get back up to temp. It's probably dropping pretty quick. Yes, buddy.
You know the Solo Stove gloves?
The what?
Solo Stove gloves. Don't you use that when it's cold?
No, we'll use it to take it off. So yeah, you'll see there it dropped down to like 400. So again, that's a little bit hotter than your oven. So it's great. Like for me, I'm gonna do a calzone for me later on because I want just the meat and the cheese. So I'm gonna fold it over and make one. So I want a lower temp to cook all that stuff on the inside. So that's gonna be great for that. That way I don't have to feed as much wood into it. and it cooks a slower temp. But for cooks like this, you would definitely want it to go, you know, a little bit quicker. So we want that temperature to be up at that around that 550, 600, 625. Nice. Okay. Give this one more turn, and then we're going to let it roll. And Mr. Paul, he'll either tell us he likes it or tell us no. And then what we'll do is we'll end the live. We're going to make the rest of the pizzas. We're going to let us enjoy our fellowship here. That's the whole point of tonight. So you'll have got to see one of them. And then, yeah, you'll have to come back and just watch us. And we'll take you inside. We'll show you the cutting board and how we cut it for Mr. Paul. And we'll do a quick pan there in the country kitchen. And we'll go from there. Okay? So let's, that right there is definitely getting hotter. So there it is. That's a little bit browner for him. And we're gonna go inside and cut this. All right? Let's go inside, Mr. All right, Mr. Paul. Without burning it,
Cut it and bring it.
I'm gonna cut it and bring it.
I'm not even gonna get up.
You got it.
Anyway, it's all on there. He was I went there one day, and they come in with a great big wooden straight box. All the
I hope that
seasoning,
is
everything
done enough for him.
him.
That is hot though, that's for sure. All right, y'all. So take a quick pan if you don't mind. This is the country kitchen. This is, so
That's just right.
everybody say hey.
Hey.
Governors have ate here. Elected officials have ate here. Wedding receptions have been here.
My wife's been here, Board of Education's been here, County Commission's been here.
This is the country kitchen. So we're super stoked to be cooking here. If you haven't, give us a follow. And Mr. Paul, this one's for you. I hope you like it. Okay?
I believe it's gonna be all right.
Okay, good deal. Y'all, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.